The first thing you're going to want to do when you're recording a video in WeVideo is click on projects, create a new project. So this is a new project is basically like a folder. So name that. If it's only you that is creating the video, you can just do that for yourself. Otherwise, you can share it or collaborate. I'm just going to pick me, click on next. We're going to come to this later, so you click on next again, and then tell it you're ready to create your video. And we're going to click on blank edit to start from scratch, but there are also templates in WeVideo. And what you can do, if any of these look like they've got the kind of content you're looking for or the type of video you're looking for, you can always click on those and just edit the template. If you want to see what those templates look like, you just go to your dashboard, and here are all the templates here. And you could just click on one of these, say start. So it thinks I'm going to edit this, and that's fine. I'm just clicking to show you how you watch the video. So here's that template video. You can push play and you can watch the video. And if for whatever reason, if you like that and you want to make one just like it, all you have to do is go down here to the timeline and add your own content where theirs is included. You just replace it with your footage. So that's one option. That's a way that you can use templates. But I don't want to do that. Back to projects. I'm going to open up that project I created. I'm going to create my new video with a blank edit, and then I'll start. So again, I'm going to start off here with the stock media, 65,000 pieces of media that you can search through. There are videos, images, and audio. I'm just going to leave it with all. So I'm going to make my video about school. So I'm going to type in the word school, and I have all kinds of options. It starts with video options, then it just goes to images. And as you click on the ones you're interested in, you can see a preview of it over here on the window. And as you can see, it would be easy to spend forever just clicking and looking at all these videos. But I'm going to go with this one. So when I know it's what I want, I'm just going to click it and drag it down in my video one. If I don't want the video to be down, I can always just trim it to however I like. So there's that. Let me move on to the next tab, which is My Media. Several different things you can do in the My Media folder. These are all pieces of media that I have added to my folder over the last several years that I've been working on WeVideo. So this is the first time you're using it. Yours will be blank. To add media into this folder, you can click on Import. You can browse from your computer or Chromebook, or you can upload from Google Drive. So those are your two options that way. You could also record directly. I'm recording now, so this isn't going to work for me, but what that would normally do is, I just did it again, didn't I? What that would normally do when you click on record, it will give you the option of it'll ask you which webcam you want to use, but you can use the webcam that is directly in your Chromebook, and you can record directly from there. You can just record from your Chromebook. Now, most of you are probably going to want to record from your phone. So what I recommend doing, if you have the space on your phone, I recommend you download the WeVideo app and go to the My Media folder in the app. It'll be just like this, and it will have a record button, and you can just record directly from your phone, and it will go directly into the app. When you go back to your Chromebook, your video will be there. Might take a couple minutes for it to get there, but it will be there. So that might be an easy way to record. If you don't have enough room on your phone, or your phone is just not that powerful, come to the library and we'll let you use one of our iPads. It'll work the same way. You can also narrate in your movie by just clicking on this microphone. You'll be able to talk directly into your computer and it will save it. If you ever need to do a podcast or just an audio recording, you can do that without video. There's a way at the end to export where you will only save it as an audio file. So that's another option. I'm going to look in my media folder. Actually, let me click that, get back. I'm going to choose a green screen video that I've done before. Let's choose this one. It's not the best green screen recording ever created because you will see, it's kind of hard to tell here, but I have a mistake here. My green screen is not tall enough, so it's not going to turn out perfectly, but it will work so that I can show you how to do this. So we'll come back to that green screen in just a little bit. I'm going to move on to text now. If you want to add text in your video, this is where you're going to want to go to do that. You can take a look at the different kinds and choose which one you want. I'm going to go with In a Whisper, and I'm going to make this go over my video of the school. And I still think that school video is way too long. So I trimmed that. I want my words to go over there. So I need to put in the words that I want to use. So I just double click on that. Actually, let me go back a second. So notice that I added the text, the box for the text. Let me try that again. So I take that and then I put it on top of the video that I want it to go to. I want it to cover that entire first section of my video. So I made it fit there perfectly. Now I'm going to add my content. I'm going to double click there. And then here's where I need to put my words. Let's say something like, when school is boring. I want to make that color, make it yellow, sure. Save my changes. Anytime you can look and see what your video looks like. Sure, that's fine. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to go next to audio to get some audio in here. There are so many sound clips. As you keep clicking on folders, it goes on and on forever. I think it's difficult to search for sounds this way, so I prefer to click on stock media, go over here to the search and click on audio, and then you can look for sound, for the right sound. What comes up if I search boring? No, it doesn't like that. Quiet. Nope, that doesn't spell quiet. Let's see what this is. No, that's too babyish. Maybe. Sure. So I will take that sound and I am going to put it down here in the audio layer. I only want the sound to be on my first video block. So I'm going to trim that sound. Just click and drag. So that'll just cover that first video. And actually, I'm going to trim a little bit so it starts there instead. Okay, so there's that. But I want, for this one, I want a loud crowd. Or let's see, maybe a stadium crowd. Anything come up there? Ooh, this looks perfect. That's it. So I'm going to put that under my dancers. And if you saw how that turned red, it means I tried to go over another sound. So I need to leave that where it's in the green. I'm going to trim this just so it's with my green screen video. Okay, so now I've got my sounds. Next, I'm going to go to transitions because I want there to be some kind of transition in between my two videos. So I'm going to drop that down in between the two. Back up a little bit so I can see what that looks like. Okay, a couple things that I noticed. I think I want this sound to be shorter, and I want my music to cover my transition. If it'll let me. Yes, it will. Okay, so now the dance music will be in the transition. Or if it'll let me go a little bit further back. I think I'm going to do that a little. Okay, that's not perfect, but you get the idea. Okay, whatever. I was doing this for real. I'd spend some more time to perfect that, but I've got a transition. I'm happy with that. So next is backgrounds. These are just, well, they're not plain because they look pretty cool, but this is just when you need some kind of background for whatever it might be. I'm going to include one for my credits slide because anytime you're creating content, you need to say where you got your information from. So I'm going to put that in there. And I will actually, since I'm talking about credits, let me show you how you do that. So you need some kind of background. And then I'm going to go back to text. And in the static folder, you can either choose end credits or citations. I'm just going to choose this end credits. And I'm going to make it go here on top of that. And you know what? I think I'll have my music cover the credits itself because who wouldn't want to that music longer? So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that's kind of fun. The video's over, but the music's still going while the credits are rolling. Okay, now for, oh yeah, another thing in backgrounds, I forgot. In addition to those kinds of backgrounds, you have just plain solid colors, but you can also do these overlays, which is fun. But I'm going to show you something because if I wanted to do an overlay over my whole video, like let's say, I don't know why I would want this, but if I want it to snow over my video, I could make that happen. But I only have 2 video layers, so I would need to add another video layer. So I'm going to click on that plus so I can add a video 3. Now I can click and drag this down and I can make it snow over the entire video. All right, last thing I'm going to show you is how to do the green screen. So I'm going to click back on my green screen video. In retrospect, I shouldn't have had so many students help me out with this. And you'll see I picked like the tallest guys in school and they were a little too tall for my green screen. So I definitely messed up my green screen recording. So my green screen effect is not going to be perfect. So this is an example to show you that that really matters. But now I need to choose a good background. Actually, before I choose a good background, I need to get rid of that green. So what I'm going to do is double click on the green screen video, and I'm going to click on this little person guy thing that says color keying. And to get rid of the green, I need to use the dropper tool. It's important to point out to you that you really don't have to have a green screen. The deal is that you have to have a solid colored background. So if you've got a plain white wall, go for it. If you need your feet in the video, you will need some kind of continuous plain background just so the background underneath your feet will disappear as well. So if you don't have access to a green screen, you can always get access in the library, but any kind of solid color background will work. And this is why, because you click on the dropper tool and then you just click on the background and it makes that background disappear. And again, you see my mistake up here. That is not going to go away. So I'm going to click on Save Changes. And I can see that it just looks like they're on a black background. Now what I need to do is find my background. I want to put them in a concert, I guess. So I'm just going to switch this back to all. So you'll see I went back to stock media. Let's put rock concert. I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to mistakenly do this wrong so you can see what this looks like. If I click and put this here, and I trim to fit that. And then I play this. You saw a brief shot of my green screen, but then it just goes to this concert. It's because I need to put these the other way around. So I'm going to move my green screen video just out of the way for a second. I'm going to plop this down here. Let me make that a little longer. Then I'm going to move my green screen video to the video 2 block. Actually, trim that a little bit. Okay, there we go. And now this should work. Let's watch the whole weird video. Oh, you know what I should do? I should add. No, never mind. That's good. Okay, let me back up and let's watch what the video looks like. So that was a really weird video that makes absolutely no sense, but hopefully it was good enough so you can see all the things that you can do with WeVideo. And hopefully you also saw that I'm not an expert, but I clicked around on stuff and figured it out to make it happen. When you're all finished, you're going to literally click on finish, name the video, click on set. If you only wanted to record your audio, that's where you would do this. But probably you're going to want to leave it with video with audio. You can send it as a link. You can save it to your Google Drive. You will probably also have a Google Classroom icon here, so you can share it that way as well. And of course, it will save your WeVideo account as well. This will completely save it, and it will email you when it's finished. You can also watch the export status right there. All right, I think that is it for my WeVideo tutorial. If you have questions, email me sgreasehaber@fc.k12.mo.us or come by the library anytime and we are happy to help. Good luck.